Check out this video from the House of Machismo podcast. It's House of Machismo.
All right, so I think the majority of us have seen the Batman movie. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and put some spoiler alert out there that, yes, we're going to talk about the Batman movie.
Spoiler alert.
I have not seen it, but I don't care.
Yeah.
So, obviously you guys can talk about, what happened and your opinions on it and who stars in it and all that. And then I'll just ask whimsical questions about the production and about the movie. How's that?
Okay.
All right. Who wants to go first? What are their thoughts?
Chris, go ahead.
All right,
Chris.
I'll go first.
Yes.
The Batman, it's new, it's dark, it's gritty. It's one of the first movies in the last couple years that, a lot of people were looking forward to pre-pandemic. We haven't had really any good movies out. We had, we were captivated by the Tiger King.
For a little bit,
shit.
right?
And so now we got a new Batman. We got Robert Pattinson, who's Batman. A lot of backlash on that.
Mm-hmm. In the beginning, I heard, yeah.
In the beginning, because they're like, oh, this guy plays a Twilight vampire who shimmers in the light. What are we doing here? Mm-hmm. Batman's supposed to be a man's man.
Yeah.
Right? Batman's supposed to be, dark. And, well, he's got that covered.
Yeah.
So now we got a goth Batman, right? Mm-hmm. One that maybe likes to cut his wrists sometimes when he's depressed. Mm-hmm. Wear some dark clothing. Maybe he likes to listen to Megadeth.
Is this Batman goth? Is he goth?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But I will say this: the aesthetics of the movie is very much more gothic.
Okay.
For Gotham City. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you see the architect of his Batcave or where he's living is very more darker and gothic looking, mm-hmm. like the architect of his properties and what they show throughout the city. It's a darker set, darker tone. Personally, I really enjoyed the movie. Am I ready to say it's the best Batman out there? No, I don't think so. Is Robert Pattinson the best Batman? No. Is he the worst Batman? No, okay. He's not. I would say he's right behind Christian Bale. Mm-hmm. Maybe Keaton. I mean, they're different Batmans. They're different styles. So whatever flavor you want during the day. As far as the bad guy in the movie, I thought it was really good. It's more of a puzzle-solving detective type of movie, mm-hmm. thriller. You know what I mean? Because we're dealing with the Riddler. And
is that the main villain?
Paul Dano plays the Riddler. Mm-hmm. There's another villain in it. Colin Farrell plays the Penguin, which blew me away because I forgot that was Colin Farrell at first.
I just fucking found that out right now.
Yeah, it blew me away. Like, had no idea. The way they do Penguin in this movie is great. It reminds me of the guy that was the club owner in Carlito's Way. Sasso.
Yeah.
Remember him, the big fat guy and the club owner? So anyway, the Penguin in this is, he's a club owner in Gotham, and he's allows his club to, do shady deals, by a lot of Gotham's people who maintain the law and order in Gotham. So it's a lot of we're bringing a lot of police into this storyline too. Okay. And then I like the new police commissioner, Commissioner Gordon. I like the guy that plays him. He did really well.
Who plays the commissioner this time?
His name's Jeffrey Wright. Mm-hmm. He's a black gentleman. It's not what's his name? The great actor that was the old Gordon in Dark Knight.
I know who you're talking about.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
But anyway, then we got Catwoman in this movie.
And what is she? She's
gorgeous.
Is she friend or foe?
She's Catwoman is both friend and foe.
Okay.
Even in the second one of the Tim Burton movies, right?
Yeah.
She was kind of friend and foe, right? Mm-hmm. I thought, isn't Cat Lady in the comic books kind of friend and foe too? Right? She's not.
I was curious how they're going to portray her in this one.
Yeah, kind of the same.
She hosted Saturday Night Live, I think, last week or something like that.
And I could tell they tried to work some woke stuff in.
Yeah.
They tried to very subtly.
Right.
Very subtly. You don't notice it as much. She does say a couple things. Mm-hmm. But it was other than that, it wasn't like all peppered in there. You know what I mean? It wasn't forced. You know, like some of the forced comedy in the older DC movies. So DC's coming out swinging hard because they got other movies dropping this summer. Like Flash is coming out, I think. It's not coming out this year?
Nope.
Well, they were previewing that mug like it was coming out next month.
2023.
Well, there's some other DC movies, but they're coming out swinging.
Aquaman, I think, has been moved also.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
They're trying to milk this Batman cow.
I guess. I don't know. I'm disappointed in DC for doing that.
So I like the guy who played Alfred too. He doesn't, he's low key enough to where it's not really about his character, and he's more personable, kind of with Robert Pattinson's version of the Batman. He didn't do the dark, deep voice as Batman. He just kind of used his regular voice. I thought that the action in this movie was great. He's pretty physical and violent, and he's using his hands a lot. He's hands-on. Not a lot of gadgets going on with this Batman. The car he's in is fucking badass.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing with the gadgets? Because the Batman I'm used to had gadgets and stuff.
Yeah,
That's part of what made
But when
it
you've
cool.
already done all the gadgets in the movies, it's kind of like, why do we need to keep doing the gadgets in the movies? You know what I'm saying? And some of the Dark Knight films and some of those films, it kind of was getting to the point of like James Bondish.
Yeah.
You know, when he would go check out the new toys and stuff, it was kind of James Bondish. But yeah, I feel Robert Pattinson was pretty physical in this movie. Like, he's throwing punches, he's throwing haymakers and things like that. So the violence was good there for that.
Okay.
His voice is fine. I could tell they really limited his exposure as Bruce Wayne. Like, they didn't have as many
encounters.
They do show a lot of him as Bruce Wayne, but not being like the regular Bruce Wayne party goer.
Right.
Or the big shot millionaire mogul, playboy guy. You know what I mean?
He wasn't trying to go into space or anything.
He wasn't trying to do all this, charity stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was just kind of like doing detective work. He was showing up to like places as Bruce Wayne, just like, hey, I'm trying to find out information, things like that. Not trying to show off his money.
How would that work in real life? It's like, oh my God, it's billionaire Bruce Wayne asking questions.
Yeah.
That's like Mark Cuban, going,
I love how they, how they present the Batmobile. In this, they just they show it in a dark alley, and you just hear that vroom vroom engine. That's not an electric vehicle.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Tesla's not making that thing. But I thought it was a good movie. It was a 3-hour long movie. Somebody told me it was really slow in the beginning, and they almost walked out. I don't know what they were talking about.
No.
Yeah,
because it's maybe they were looking for more of a comic. Like more of a Marvel lighthearted movie where they wanted action real quick. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like there was action early in the movie.
What'd you think of the length of the movie?
It was fine. I didn't feel bored. I didn't feel bored. Maybe the last 15 minutes they could have cut down a little bit.
Yeah.
When they're all trying to say goodbyes and stuff like that. Where are we going? Things like that. After they did the Riddler thing.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, they do show who the next villain's going to be.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
They don't show him. They kind of show a silhouette of him through a jail cell. And he's talking to the Riddler, and they're kind of,
Who is it?
It's the Joker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
super spoiler.
Yeah.
So
Can't believe you told me.
And then they're kind of setting it up, right? They're kind of setting it up. They took down there's another villain in the movie too. It's not just Penguin and the Riddler. There's another entity in there that's kind of controlling things.
Okay.
That you don't find out until later. There's pieces of the puzzle. And then they kind of set it up to where now they took out the top dog of Gotham. Now there's going to be a power struggle within the city. Who's the bad guy that's going to step up,
right,
and start running shit? You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of show the Penguin is still alive. Okay, he's kind of out looking over the city, like, oh, how am I going to stake my claim on Gotham now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They show the Riddler and the Joker in jail cells laughing, trying to plot how to get out, probably.
Now, are they actually in prison or are they Arkham Asylum?
They're in some type of prison.
Okay.
Is it the asylum?
Yeah.
It is the asylum.
Okay.
But it looks like a prison.
Yeah. But I just that just kind of helps build more of a story.
And you can kind of tell that they kind of show the Riddler being throughout the movie. He's cool, calm, and collective. He kind of just knows he's playing chess with people. He's 3 steps ahead of everybody. But at the end, you can tell that he's mad because he's not getting the recognition for the things that he was trying to accomplish.
Does he talk like the Riddler, like how we're used to?
Not like no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Not like Jim Carrey or anything like that.
Yeah.
No, he's not laughing crazy.
Okay.
There's a couple points where he maybe overacts a little bit. There was that one part where he kind of little bit of overacting where he's like doing a fake laugh.
Yeah.
But for the most part, Paul Dano, which I'm not really sure other movies he's been in. I know I've seen him before, but I think the casting in this movie was quite good.
Okay.
I'll give him that. Movie was good for me.
1 out of 10, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 5. I think it's 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5. I'm giving it a 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Adon? What did you think? Oh, Oscar? He likes to go
You
last.
can't even hear me.
Okay.
I hear
Yeah,
you.
I can't hear me.
I thought it was all right.
Oh, your headphones monitor thing aren't turned up.
Or not?
I guess not. It's that white knob that says control phones.
Is it Zoe Kravitz?
Ah, there we go.
Zoe Kravitz?
Yeah, she's all right.
She was good.
Yeah, she was.
She was nice.
I guess I'll make mine really quick. I'm a big Batman fan, not the biggest. I did enjoy the movie, not as much as everyone else apparently. So my stuff is really like nitpicky because I have a certain image of what Batman should be. So Penguin, right? Like he did a good job, Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Dude's freaking Scottish as heck. You couldn't hear an accent on him. Only thing is, I wish he would have kept ironically, the English accent. Like, because, and most media and comics, he has like an English kind of accent.
Yeah.
This one he played more gangster, right? More like, American gangster. But, it's a small thing. Overall, he was probably the best villain to me. As far as Dano, I don't know why when I saw his ass without the mask, I was thinking like Unabomber or like Columbine Shooter. He had like a particular look that,
Yeah.
And my Riddler, again, is more arrogant, more like, almost sophisticated. Not that he actually is, but he knows he's the smartest man in the room anytime he walks in, right? Except when it comes to Batman.
Yeah,
But
this Riddler definitely did give off like I still live at home with my grandma.
essentially like
vibes.
Oh, okay.
So it was different,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, I could get over that, right?
I know what you mean by that. Yeah,
But I mean, I did appreciate that this whole movie was kind of just essentially a whodunit or like a big puzzle, right?
Yeah.
I think that really helps Batman's detective, skills because that's not really showcased in pretty much any movie.
Yeah.
But he's often referred to as the world's greatest detective.
Yeah.
But you would never know about watching any previous movies. So I kind of like how it was all tied together. Gordon, I liked, right? He looks like Gordon. He acts like Gordon. But I wish he had more. They give more personality in this one.
Yeah.
Like, because he's the father of Batgirl. And he's a link between Batman and the cops, right? But I just wish, and I love the actor. He was on Westworld. He's a pretty good actor. I wish they had given more to emote. Just not like talking like this the entire movie.
Yeah.
But he's a good pick. Hopefully for the next one they kind of flesh him out more. The Zoe Kravitz, like I've seen her before. Like I said, she's okay. Like I'm a big fan now. But I don't think they needed like a forced romance. I think they could have saved that for like another movie. Because I think at one point she kisses his ass while he's like unconscious, and I'm like, why are you kissing him? Like like
That's creepy.
Are you guys that close? I don't know, but I did like her portrayal. I just don't think. I think it could have like been a slower burn like over the franchise or something.
Right, the relationship could have built slowly.
Yeah. But again, like good casting. She looks good in the catsuit. Is all I'm gonna say. Yeah. And that car was legit low. I was like, man, I could.
What kind of car did he use in the movie?
What was it? Like
I think it's a Corvette.
Corvette?
I think.
It was something that was loud as hell.
It's more like an old Mopar type of car. But you could tell throughout the movie, you see it in the background. He's working on it, like he's doing his own work on it. So
yeah, and it makes sense, like a lot of stuff, because apparently, I think if my understanding is correct, this is his second year as Batman, so it's still a relatively young Batman, right?
yeah, he's a young guy.
So he hasn't really, has as many gadgets or as experience, and it makes sense also with the Bruce Wayne character, where he's still kind of very emo, very depressed before he maybe.
Yeah, and there's another part that we didn't touch on is the whole the Wayne family dynamic. That's
I was
going to
ask about that.
Yeah, he kind of uncovers. He's trying to find out if his dad was morally sound.
Yeah.
This Batman. You could tell this Robert Pattinson's Batman character is trying to be very moral. No guns, right?
Right.
Like
right.
we're not going to kill people with guns unless we have to, and then we're going to do it with our hands or something.
Yeah.
He's definitely out there trying to be pure, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Because I guess he thinks, he believes his father, did no, could do no wrong, but then he, comes across some information that puts that into question.
Yeah, definitely.
Ultimately, his dad was okay,
Yeah, there's definitely layers in this movie.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even touch on the other villain, really. I didn't want to give all of it away.
yeah.
I want to save some things, but there's multiple layers going on here. He's trying to find out what's going on, who's been running the city.
Yeah.
Well, how does the Wayne Manor, like, how do they portray that? Like, does it look awesome? Does it look old?
Yeah, like I said, it looks more gothic,
as
right?
heck, yeah.
And it looks old. And
Like he lives in a castle or something.
Yeah, they don't really show too much of it. They show big rooms and stuff, but,
But the interior, like, it looks really, like Chris said, gothic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the architecture looks really,
Just
old.
think dark and rainy. man.
Dark.
That's what
Yeah.
I saw the whole fucking film.
dark.
It's
Yeah.
cool though. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So.
And do we see the Batcave? Or is there a Batcave? I
Yeah,
don't know.
he's down in some type of nook.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's somewhere.
Yeah, there's bats down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good.
He's in like a bat cave.
But to me, it's like an extension of the Nolan Batman, kind of.
Yeah.
It has a lot of those vibes.
Yeah.
And I could buy it if this is like early Batman, because it makes sense, because
Yeah.
he goes in like with guys against guns, or guys that have guns, and I don't know, he's a little bit sloppy, and it makes sense because, like I said, he's not as experienced, but a lot of those bullets, man, like, I don't know if they're bad aiming or what, but they like pump freaking Batman full of bullets, and I was like, goddamn.
His armor's good. He's got like metal plated armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
But
if he got shot in the face, it wouldn't be nice.
yeah, and speaking of which, there's a scene where something happens around his face, but he walks up. I mean, he's fine afterwards, right? But you question, like,
He gets beat up a little bit.
yeah.
As expected.
Yeah.
Right. It can't all be perfect
Can't
for
be
him.
all be perfect.
Yeah, it can't be Superman.
He's
what
not
the fuck?
Superman.
No.
Yeah.
Superman. Anyways,
Yeah.
Overall, I enjoyed the movie, considering it was like nearly 3 hours. Initially, I gave it a 6, but then I was thinking, you know what? I wasn't.
Well, that's 1 out of 5.
I was constantly watching the movie,
Uh-huh.
so I was like, and I never felt sleepy. I was like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm gonna bump this up.
Is that your indicators that you weren't sleepy?
I mean, essentially, because the movie just doesn't grab me. I'll
Yeah.
like it. I'm like, man, I don't care about this.
Well, I mean, because you went to see the Spider-Man movie how many times?
3
And then this one?
once.
But
But I'm gonna watch this one again,
Yeah.
just to see. Because honestly, I had no preconceptions about this movie.
yeah.
Outside of the Pattinson thing, but I forgot all about that. It wasn't until you reminded me, Marty. You were like, "Hey, are you going to see that movie?" I was like, "Oh, I forget that movie comes out."
Yep.
So I got a ticket. I went to go watch it, and I was like, "Okay,
Yeah, I my bar was pretty low, and they didn't beat you over the head with this Batman. You didn't see it everywhere. You know, they advertised it pretty heavy a week before it was coming out.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks before it was coming out, and that was about it. It's not like some of these Marvel movies where you see the preview 1,000 times for the first 8 months.
And they're not
of
even
it.
done filming it.
Yeah,
that's
so
weird.
this one
Yeah.
was kind of like, it just kind of popped up. It's available. Go watch it, and it surpassed my expectations. But my expectations weren't that high.
Yeah, and I think that helped for me, because I didn't want to harp on the lead character, the lead actor.
Yeah.
I kind of forget all about it. But I think I give it about 3.5 stars out of 5, if that's
Okay.
the
Yeah,
rating
out of 5.
system. So I'll watch it again, at least once more, just to kind of see what I missed, and just to maybe look out for things that
You missed or something.
Well, that I didn't appreciate it as much, or whatever. But it's worth at least watching once.
Yeah,
at the very
and
least.
my ranking might go down after a second watch, or it might go up a little bit. Who knows? But I will say that it's a 3-hour movie. I don't really watch 3-hour movies again. Dark Knight I've watched several times.
And to me that's still the number one Batman.
Yeah, no one's gonna beat Heath Ledger's performance.
I don't know.
Would it be something that your kids, like little kids, actually would sit through?
No, kids can't watch this.
No, it's too procedural with the clues. They'd be like, I don't care.
Yeah, there's too much going on for this. This is not a Marvel
Yeah, like, hey, let me dress up as my character.
paint by number.
Yeah.
What'd you think
Sin
of
City.
Don?
You've seen Sin City, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, I feel. It's just dark, it's not for kids. I don't know. I thought I'd give it like a 3.5 too. I like that you get to hear Nirvana loud during the film.
Nirvana's a good little soundtrack for it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Okay.
3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
And then what did you give it? You gave it 4?
I give it a 4. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, seems
it's-
like a decent movie.
I thought it was a little long too, like he said. It was a little prolonged.
Yeah, the last act I think really kind of
Yeah, that was crazy.
Drugged on?
Yeah,
It's good to have it longer at the end than to feel like it's long in the beginning or the middle.
Yeah.
Right? If you're sitting there watching a movie and you're like, man, come on, what's going on? And you're an hour in, that's a bad look.
Yeah, get to it.
But if you've seen 92% of the movie and now you're thinking, okay, this is kind of long now.
Yeah.
Okay, so then how long should we stay for the entire credits to go by? Are there two teasers or one teaser?
I didn't stick around. I don't think there was anything important.
It was
I looked
nothing
it up on the
important.
internet.
Okay.
There wasn't nothing important.
Okay.
I will say though, this is a good one by DC because DC has had a lot of stinkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides for the last Suicide Squad, that remake that they did, that was pretty good. This one's probably the best DC movie that I've seen in a while.
Okay.
Besides for maybe the first Wonder Woman was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good too.
I mean, hopefully this keeps them on track to trend upward.
And I'm not counting the Supermans that were 8-9 years ago now. Those
I think
Supermans.
so. Yeah, I think so.
Was that Christopher Nolan too?
No,
No,
that was
Who is
Zack
it?
Snyder.
Zack Snyder. My
Yeah.
bad.
no,
Zack Snyder.
it was just one Superman movie, right? I
Yeah, just one.
solo, and then the
Man,
Superman.
I wish
v.
they would have made another one. I like that one, Superman.
That's what Marty says all the dang time.
Yeah, that they definitely
They snoozed just doing one. Of
Yeah,
those.
pretty much. I mean, like we were talking earlier, I don't mind. I want to see a black Superman because I think that'd be kind of cool. But I don't think that they need to put Henry Cavill aside just yet. It's like he still has more Superman stuff to do and to tell.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why they didn't continue with his
I don't know.
stories.
WB doesn't have a really good history of listening to their fans.
No, they
Or hearing what their fans have been saying, basically. And so they just kind of make decisions, which it's always hit and miss. So maybe they did hit something good with this particular Batman, but just basically it took a whole movement to get that damn Zack Snyder cut out.
Yeah.
It took a couple of years,
And
right?
that was decent.
Yeah.
But I'm not watching that again.
Oh, I watch it every once in a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll sit and watch
You'll
it.
enjoy it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, it was good that they came back out and tried to make corrections.
Well, it made so much more sense. It's like, okay, this is the correct story. But anyway, that's neither here or there. This was about Batman. Yeah. The Dark Knight.